Ranked matchups always elevate the pressure. The heart beats a little faster. It gets a little more intense. Particularly, that team across the field is a conference foe. And that's exactly what we have in this showdown coming up. Welcome, everyone, to Hard Rock Stadium, home of the Miami Hurricanes. As we'll see, the number 13 team in the country, the Texas Longhorns, taking on the 18th ranked team in the land, the Miami Hurricanes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Hurricanes will get us underway with the opening kickoff. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll start this drive going to the air. Finds his man. It's Clark. Still on his feet at the 45. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
And how about that start for the offense in this game? You could not ask for a better play. They come out firing, going down the field. They get a huge completion. What a way to begin this football contest.
This attack so lethal with that big play capability. Now 1st and 10 from the 29. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
Awesome job up front by this defensive line. Being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Caught in the backfield, it's McClure. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Now on offense, you're trying to get your running back involved here in the passing game, and obviously no success on that play. Defense seemed like they were aware of it, and all of a sudden you've set yourself up in a tough position here on the 3rd.
They're within field goal range at the 29. Let's see if they can pick up a few or the 1st down on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
This offense wants to establish an aggressive identity. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Makes a catch, converts on 4th down, is still on his feet. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Texas!
I love the aggressive nature in the play column there. In the opening drive of the game, you have an opportunity on 4th down, obviously, to just kick a field goal, take the lead early, establish some momentum. Instead, they get aggressive. They go for it, and not just get it, they score a touchdown.
And he splits the uprights on the extra point. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. From the gun, running back on the move. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Looking for a man. It's Sperry. He's got him. Boy, that was a precision play all the way around. Throw, catch, tackle, bang, bang, bang.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
And the Canes are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Grabbed behind the line. It's Gilbert. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37.
Well, after watching the other offense go down the field and score a touchdown, you know this guy's trying to lead his offense to do the exact same thing. That was a big 3rd down. I know there's a lot of football left to play, but you're trying to establish confidence as early as possible. That last throw is really going to help out your team.
The Canes will snap it on 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. They'll throw it to the back on the screen.
Those screen plays, you really want to sell it, get it to your running back, and get him to the 2nd level. Get him running full head of steam on a safety, on a linebacker. He almost got going, but just got tackled before he could really do any damage.
2nd down coming up. Quarterback making adjustments. The toss to the right. And some room to work. There he goes. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance.
Those outside runs, if they can get the edge like they do, great job by the right guard, right tackle, getting the edge. And now what does this do? This makes cornerbacks come up and tackle. Safeties come up and tackle. As opposed to linebackers and big defensive players, you get your guy out in space where he can use his speed and his physicality against guys that usually cover and don't come up and make tackles.
You're not going to see that happen too often. The quarterback, man, he was licking his chops. He saw a big space in the middle of the field. He had his best receiver there ready to make a play, and he dropped it.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Looking to pass. It's Sperry. Fires to the middle. On target to the left. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9.
Now, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
He'll set up to throw. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Got a man. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You've got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You've got to be aggressive, and you've got to make tackles.
Still some work to do here on 3rd and goal from the 3. They just keep firing. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on 3rd down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
Fourth down and goal from the 3. The playbook is pretty much wide open here. Scanning the field, it's Sperry. Couldn't find his man, and they'll give up the football on downs.
You know, offensively in that situation, 4th down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with his 7-0 lead. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against a top 10 rushing defense. Let's see if they can step up here and get it done.
From deep in their own end, they'll throw it. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
That's a ball that this offense should be able to complete. Had the coverage they wanted, receiver ran on the route, just an inaccurate throw by the quarterback.
And picking up the first down will be nice here, but also important, get some cushion for the punt team. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Grabbed over the middle, it's Washington. He'll make a play on 3rd down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32.
As a head coach, you love it when your quarterback is locked in early. Opening drive, throws a touchdown pass. Really nice throw on that last play. Here in the second drive, he's firing on all cylinders. You can tell this guy did his homework coming into this game, and right now it's paying off.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Interesting to see if this quarterback goes his way again.
Wants to throw on 3rd down. That's reeled in. It's Simon. That'll be enough for a first down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48.
As a head coach, you love to see your quarterback locked in early in games. And in the first drive, leads the offense down to a touchdown, throws a TD pass, and here he is again, making a really good decision and a very accurate throw to pick up that first down.
And the Longhorns are moving quickly down the field. Looking to throw on 1st down. That's caught. It's McClure. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Another first down. Man, this defense couldn't stop a nosebleed right now. It's that bad.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead, and we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. So after the break, they'll go back to work. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And when you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
That's caught. It's McCutcheon. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
Right, second quarter, getting closer to the half. Offense is still having a lot of success stringing some first downs together. Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get to halftime.
Using the quick game. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
Well, this tight end is so athletic that at times they'll line him up at different parts of the field. That time he was in the slot. Nice job running the route, finding the open space in the defense for the completion.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Looking to fire. Grabbed in the middle. It's Francis. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. Quickly complete. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
So nice when you're an offense and you get in these third and shorts and you know the defense has to be aggressive, has to commit guys up front, especially in the red zone area. Nice job by this offense, slipping in the pass, getting rid of the football, setting up a first and goal.
They'll try to get it in with the run. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Longhorns! Effective offense, leading the way here and establishing this lead.
And that's how you draw it up, right? You want to come out, be clicking early, get everything going, way to get all the facets rolling. The defense right now on their heels, they have no answers. The offense doing whatever they want.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, nothing like turkey and stuffing and the Egg Bowl on your Thanksgiving holiday. Ole Miss and Mississippi State. Ole Miss showed its toughness on the road and picked up a crucial victory. And every win counts, don't get me wrong, but the victories outside of the comforts of home can really serve as a springboard. Always interesting to see good SEC teams collide, and today was no different. The agony and ecstasy of college football, fellas.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. A quick pass to the left. Breaks into the open. They corral him out of bounds. Mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for him.
They'll go to the toss. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
I love DBs that want to tackle, and they get an opportunity to look like heroes on these outside toss plays. Physical play by the corner there, getting the ball carried down behind the line of scrimmage.
Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. Back to throw, it's Sperry. Had it right in his hands in the middle of the field, and it trickled to the ground. It'll be 4th down.
And with that incompletion, man, this crowd, I don't know that they are really happy about what's going on. I mean, they already built a deficit, and they don't have a lot to cheer about. They got to get some kind of rhythm, something going on this offense to ignite this fan base.
They were unfazed by that earlier 4th down failure and will try for a second time in this one. Got it in the middle, it's Gilbert. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
The Hurricanes are rolling down the field. Pulls it in, it's Gilbert. A 7-yard pickup, it'll be 2nd and 3. No huddle here for the offense.
Love the decision-making by the quarterback there on the RPO play. Defense took everything away deep down the field. So just check it down, get it to your guy in the right flat, and let him go get yards.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you can tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
And the Canes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on 1st down. It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year. They drag him down at the 34-yard line, and they said they wanted to force mistakes, and they did just that. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Looking for room. It's Clark. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones. D linemen staying in their gaps. Linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
Wow, the Miami linebacker shows you his speed on that play, and linebacker in speed synonymous when you're thinking about Miami Hurricane defense. Think about Ray Lewis, Jonathan Vilma, Dan Morgan, DJ Williams. Guys that can go sideline to sideline and guys that can rush the passer. Not easy to block.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
Man, that's exactly what this defense needs. They found themselves now in a hole. They're trailing. Got to get pressure on this QB. Can't give them time to get comfortable. They get to him, get the big sack. Maybe this gets them back in the football game.
And nobody able to field that punt as it rolls out of bounds. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Looking to throw, it's Sperry. Hauls it in. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down.
Really nice job on that play. Quarterback and receiver being on the same page. Quarterback not telegraphing the throw, and the receiver does a nice job finding the soft spot in the defense, just settling down and giving his quarterback a nice target to throw to.
They'll snap it from the 25 here on first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. He gets it in. Touchdown, Cade.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop, go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Going right to work up top. It's on target and complete. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
Man, that quarterback knew that was a tiny window to throw into, and he just showed off his cannon of an arm.
Looking downfield on first down. With the catch, it's Clark. He'll step out of bounds just short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49 after a good pickup on that play. He was looking to get the ball farther downfield, but he just had to take what he could before he got drilled.
And sometimes you can look down the field, Reese, but you see that pressure, and it's getting to you. Get rid of the football. You don't want to take the sack. You don't want to lose the yardage and try to let your running back or somebody else make a play out of the backfield.
Snagged in the middle. It's Francis. And he's brought down after a nice game. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Like QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. He had a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open. Good throw, good catch, first down.
Safe completion on the screen. On the move at the 30. Guided out of bounds at the 22. A good play for this offense as they are threatening to score. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards, and we're in the first half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverages, and finding his open guy.
The Longhorns getting set on 1st and 10. Defense showing blitz, trying to rattle this quarterback. Looking to throw on 1st down. Hit as he throws. Incomplete, thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Back to throw, time running short in the half. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions, giving up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz, because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
They were on the move, but 2 straight incompletions had them staring at 3rd and 10. Looking for room, it's Clark. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
He makes a grab, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas!
And that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas. Try to make this a 2-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the second half to get some stops.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking downfield, it's Sperry. Throwing right. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Inside the 30, down to the 29. Time is running short here in the first half.
And I like the aggressiveness. I understand you're down, right before the half. You want to go get some points, but you can't turn the football over here. Now you've set the other team up in a position to maybe get more points as the first half's winding down.
This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Wide receiver going in motion. They'll start this drive with a pass. Caught behind the line. It's Clark. Oh, he's got some space. Ripping off the huge gain down to the 17-yard line.
And there you go. You see, you don't have to throw bombs to get big plays in the passing game. Just screen it to your running back. As soon as he catches it, he gets upfield. And how about the downfield blocking by these linemen and the wide receivers as they rip off that explosive play?
Bring in the heat. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground. They'll immediately call timeout.
And defensively, you've got to know this guy, man. He's got some wheels to him. He'll get outside the pocket. You can't let him outside the cage. Those ends have to do a good job of keeping contained. When you lose it, this is what happens. He can get outside, can scramble, and can get first downs.
This offense is about to face the one thing that can stop it. Time expiring in the first half. Before then, they can get another score. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Timing has got to be so critical when you're trying to throw the ball down close like that. They didn't have great timing on that one.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Wants to fire on second down. Touchdown, Longhorns! offense puts up 6 with that trip to the end zone.
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead.
Set to advance on the football.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see just how aggressive they'll be. Back to throw. It's Sperry. He's looking deep. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
I love it. I'm never of the mindset, take a knee, go to the half, whatever, man. If I can try to find an opportunity to put some points on the board, I'm going to try to do it. I like the offense chucked it up, but, you know, an incompletion, who cares?
He'll take another shot here. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Longhorns will kick it off to start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score. I get a stop. I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops, so this is a critical drive here for this offense.
That's the way to start a drive. Now they'll snap it just shy of midfield. On the run, it's Pringle.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Back to throw, it's Sperry. Fires to the wideout. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this, and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense...
It's a fumble. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. They dragged him down pretty quickly, but the defense forced a big turnover.
Great job by the defense in the back end that time. He made the catch, and he had a little wiggle room to run afterwards, but they were able to get to him, rip the football out, and that is a massive takeaway for the defense.
And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football. Turning it on! And he'll go out of bounds, and this aerial attack just continues to carve this defense into tiny slices.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a big...
Lot of room to the right. Touchdown, Texas! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. Up for the Horns. horns and some old-school Horn fans starting to think about that 500-yard 4-touchdown day Vince Young had against Oklahoma State.
I'm bringing back great memories, and there's been some good runs at quarterback. You think about Colt McCoy, too, man. He put up some serious numbers, some serious wins. Can this be the next guy to catapult this offense, to bring Texas back to prominence?
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. This one feels as if it's starting to get away from them a little bit, Jesse.
Yeah, Reese, there's a lot of teams in college football at this point that would just quit. So, David, we're going to find out a lot about this team right here.
Yeah, just running out of opportunities. You give opportunities away like this, you're trailing. Every possession is going to be important from here on in.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's thrown. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. And the Hurricanes will hustle to the line. Dropping back, it's Sperry. Throws for the tight end. And they can't make the play on third down.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on fourth down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on fourth down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
They're throwing for it on fourth down. And they can't connect a costly turnover on downs.
That's a gutsy call. And I know the analytics would. Points are so much easier to get. Obviously, I know, Jesse, it didn't take a color commentator to figure that out.
Pulls it and fires to the left. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal.
Well, this defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball, but when you've had the success these guys have had throwing it, you're going to see more shot plays. You better change your looks up and try and get a takeaway to get back in this game. Well, and you see the sense of urgency now going up, right, David, on defense here, creating a negative play with their backs up against the wall.
Everybody's selling out to stop the run. Nice job being aggressive by this defense.
Got it back on second and goal. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition. This is the top 10 defense against the run. You know they're physical. You know who they are. But you're not going to bat an eye. And you're going to challenge your guys, especially in the red zone, to be more physical, to be able to continue to run the football against a really good defense.
No running room on the last two plays. Can they find a crack on third and goal? Slams it ahead. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Longhorns! When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before, so you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
He has the first and still on his feet. Still running at the 40. Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33.
And busting big runs like this, we always talk about the running backs, but it's the big boys up front paving their lanes, those receivers gluing on those DBs that make these plays really go for big yardage.
And how about those receivers? Not just the glamour of catching passes, but doing some dirty work, too.
No doubt. When they get on those guys in the second level and get on those DBs, that's when you break those big, long runs.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
Well, the defense just did the quarterback a massive favor. That's the nicest thing they've done to him all game. They've already picked him off twice. That should have been number 3.
They were really starting to put a drive together, but after a couple of incompletions, now they need a big play on 3rd and 10. Here's a heat. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. Desperately wanted to convert on 4th down, but couldn't do it. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. They're starting this drive with a massive lead, and they just want to finish strong. Takes the handoff. It's McClure. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. Stopped at the 44, but he got 10 on the play.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
Got room to work. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
And the Longhorns in a good spot here with 2nd and short. The give to the back. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. And maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right, things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive 4th quarter comeback. No sign of the punt team, as they will go for it and try to move those chains. Pulls it on the bootleg fake. Keeping his eyes downfield, rolling left. He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
You have some success with the bootleg, and now you got the defense on their heels a little bit in this run game because they're not sure who's got the ball. Is it going to be the running back? Is the quarterback booting and keeping it himself? Could you play action and maybe throw it? Nice job mixing and matching the play calling here offensively.
The Longhorns have this offense rolling.
Here we go.
Using his legs, it's McClure. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's 1st down.
The clock is my friend. If I can do this late in the ball game with a lead and I can continue to run the football and they have no answers, well, then I'm going to walk away with a win. So, listen, I wouldn't change a thing. I'd keep pounding the football, keep running the clock.
Right back to the well. Strong run, picks up 6 down to the 22-yard line.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
And the Longhorns can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. Here comes the offense on second down. Got a man. It's Francis. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Texans! They put up another score here in the fourth, and they are well on their way to an 11-1 regular season.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get concerned, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
And he'll just take a knee in this drive. We'll start at the 25. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week. And the Canes headed quickly to the line.
Yeah, and David, you just wonder at this point, is it just too little too late? This is one of their best playmakers offensively, but they just haven't been able to get him going in this game. Big reason why they're losing.
Yeah, and the defense has done a great job understanding that. I got to take that guy away. That's priority number one. Understand it. Late in the game now, up by multiple scores. I'm playing my defense a little bit different. Can't give up the big plays. Time is on my side.
Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Showing the arm strength to the left. And the timing just a hair off.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync. And that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Just keep swinging it. He makes the grab. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
You got to like this defense, man. All game long, great job tackling the football. Like, you throw it on the perimeter, they're coming up. They're not giving the run after the catch to these receivers. A lot of times you see so much damage done after the catch. This defense has been dialed in, and the
intercepted. Man, they just can't get anything going. Got room on the return. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Longhorns! The defense takes matters into its own hands. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the fourth quarter as they go for their 6th straight win.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
Coming out with it, it's Lane. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. They've done a really good job creating the matchups they want out of the slot.
Yeah, dude, get that guy matched up on a linebacker. That guy matched up on a safety. Keep him away from the corners by putting him in the slot. Get him the football, let him make plays.
Tackled at the 28. It's a pickup of 5. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback can throw in the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback and this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
And he's down at the 41. That's a first down. The Canes moving quickly to the line.
Man, I love on third down when I know I have a running back that can beat.
Breaks into the open. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27.
Well, I'll give this offense some credit because they've got a lot of fight. There is no quit in them. And they're obviously trailing by a big amount in this game. They haven't had a lot of success, but they're still taking shots, and their players are still out there competing.
The Hurricanes will have it 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. To the air on 2nd down. Makes the grab. And he's knocked down immediately, but a good pickup on that play. And the Canes come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. They'll try to get it through the air. And they can't complete the bullet pass on 3rd down.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and get into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
Tries to get it on the ground. Punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line. And the Hurricanes trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. Use the play fake. Now to throw. And down he goes back at the 3.
Man, that's exactly what this defense needed. They needed to have something positive. Giving up some yardage. They've given up some plays. No big deal. Got right back in it on this drive with that big sack.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Back to pass. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be 3rd down.
You see an incompletion there. I think a big reason why this team is in such a hole right now in the 4th quarter is they have just not been able to find the explosive plays throwing the ball. And you got to wonder.
And he's got it in the end zone for a touchdown. It won't matter much in the outcome, but a little extra stat padding is nice.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
He's into the end zone for the 2, and they get a little bit closer. At this point, a comeback would take one of the biggest miracles in the history of the sport, but they'll line up for the onside kick. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done.
And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
Single back formation, and they give it to him. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty good statement game for these guys. I mean, you're ranked higher, you're more talented. A lot of people point to this game, possible upset, two really good teams. Jesse, they made it clear. There's only one really good team. It was them. They were the favorite, and they just made a point of it.
You're right. Not all ranked teams are created equal. One of these teams is a college football playoff contender. The other simply is not. And that demonstrated itself today. The higher-ranked team is a team with national championship aspirations. They've got so much talent. They look good today.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College